Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Destination Fantasy Podcast. As you know, I'm here with my brother from another mother every week, Mr. Deshaun Reed. How you doing this morning?
I am wonderful, bro. How about yourself?
Hey, I can't complain. It's July 11th. We are in the midst of mock draft season. And also, we are in the midst of, getting ready to have some real drafts taking off. Matter of fact, don't you got a couple scheduled already?
Yeah, I got about 2 drafts scheduled and one in the mix right now, man. And it's been mock draft season for me since a little bit a little bit before my birthday in May. Like that's when I start, getting like the train rolling here. But it's been really fun mock drafting lately. And I know where I'm gonna pick in a couple of leagues, so like that even makes it a little bit better.
Gotcha. What's your draft position in those leagues?
Right now I have draft pick number 1 and number 3. So
Ooh,
definitely in the front end of the draft right now.
are those 10 teamers?
10 teamers, so it's gonna be really, really fun.
Hey, you, if you want to, you could use the strategy, man.
One of them I am going to use the strategy, and I used it in like a mock last week, and like the team that I came up with was bananas. And again, it was a couple of people who were mocking in there who weren't like real. You know what I mean? It was a couple of auto picks in there, but I gauged it at I can get somewhere of like a similar team, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and yesterday we had met up with Vic. Shout out to Vic. He's been on the pod a couple of times.
Yes, sir.
And I literally had to write down a list of leagues that I've been in, I guess, last year and also the year before that wasn't active last year. And it was 11. And so, and normally, I would go ahead and just do the 11. But since we, are in the midst of doing a dynasty league that jumps off 2 weekends from now, I had to cut that down. I had to cut that list down. I think I'm right now in 5 to 6 right now.
Okay.
So I might cap it at 7. Depends what happens. But if I end with 5 or 6 this year, then that's perfectly fine by me.
No, I think that's pretty cool that we're in like a couple of leagues that's like kind of here and there. It's not all like standard like leagues. We got dual quarterbacks. We got dynasty leagues hoping to get into a auction draft, man. So it's definitely something that's gonna require our attention. But I am so ready for it.
Absolutely. All right. So with all that being said, so last week we got into our preseason running back ranks where I put Mr. Deshaun Reed in the blender here. He was under the spotlight, interrogation style. And he did a great job of capping off the 30. Now I will put this, it's by my mistake. We forgot Miles Sanders. So Miles Sanders right now is ranked, I think, 19th or 20th. We will have the official rankings out in display once we get through everything. But just so you know, when we had our name game, I forgot Miles Sanders. He definitely belongs in that third tier running back group. He's definitely at RB2. So with that being said, today is quarterbacks, and apparently I'm getting put under the microscope here. I'm about to be put up on the pedestal here, and Deshaun's about to be judge, jury, and executioner on me. So yeah, I guess, are you ready to get into this, man?
Oh man, I've been ready since you put me on the hot seat like last week, man. So definitely like it was some really, really close calls, and I know it's gonna be that way with this list, especially early on. So man, I'm ready to dive right into it.
All right.
So the name that I got first coming off the list is probably everyone's favorite. 9 times out of 10 anyway, or maybe 8 times out of 10. It's Patrick Mahomes. I want to know where you rank this gentleman. Basically the face of the NFL going forward, in my opinion.
Second to none.
Second to none.
He tops the charts, man.
Patrick Mahomes. Okay. So you got Patrick Mahomes locked in at number 1. I want to ask you why though. Why for the people out there, like why do you have him ranked over names like, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, for one, his floor is up there. I mean, I would admit that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson's floor is slightly higher,
Mhm.
but Patrick Mahomes' ceiling, based on the weapons that he is surrounded by, based on also the offensive scheme that he's in, and the comfort level of that, like his ceiling trumps everybody else's. Patrick Mahomes can throw for 300 plus yards in the first half with 3 touchdowns in a blink of an eye, and still be productive in the second half. So it's just Mahomes just have the highest ceiling. He may not have the highest floor, but he has the highest ceiling based on his ability, his weapons, and basic and coaching, just everything, schematics. Like he is that top dog.
No, that's fair. And like I'm with you on that. And again, I know those other quarterbacks, utilize their legs a little bit more. But I mean, come on, it's Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Enough said. So all right, moving on, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out like another name, a name that I just mentioned, which is Mr. Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Honestly, so basically the only person right now I would probably take over Lamar Jackson is Josh Allen.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, I'm making a note of that. So we got him somewhere inside the top 3 mix for Lamar Jackson right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go ahead and throw out another name. Honestly, my personal favorite. I love him. You already know where I'm going with this. We're going with Mr. Kyler Murray.
Whew. What, Kyler or Lamar?
Kyler or Lamar?
Ooh. I see how you felt last week.
Yep.
That's tough. Man, that's tough.
I know it. I know it, man. Welcome. Welcome.
I'm gonna talk my way through this because otherwise I'm gonna be sitting here pause for a bit. So let's see. Lamar, I feel like has a higher floor.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Kyler definitely have better weapons and he utilizes them more by far. And it's more of an active quarterback right now. But and I said what I said just a minute ago, but I ain't really put too much thought into this.
Right. So are you willing to retract that statement?
I am. So
okay.
I'll take Kyler over Lamar right now.
Taking Kyler over Lamar. Smart man. That's a smart guy right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So it by the gist of it right now, it's looking like it is Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to say Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray.
Uh-huh.
And Lamar Jackson at 4. How do you feel about that? Rounding out your top 4.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, and I think those 4 are within a tier of his own right now.
I absolutely agree. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that off as 1 through 4 is going to be our tier 1.
Okay.
Whew. All right. I know, man. Hey, it's just getting started. Let's see if you can escape Deshaun Island. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out like a couple more other names here. I'm going to say Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert.
My feet are sizzling. I'm going to say Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott over Justin Herbert. Okay. All right. I'm going to toss in one more other name just so he can put one in the mix. Herbert or Russell Wilson?
Jeez. Let me think about this for a second.
No, go ahead, because I feel like in like the early going, especially after you get past tier 1, probably the second tier guys, like you're basically going to be splitting hairs, in my opinion. So
you are, and it's like, and make no mistake, the gap between tier 1 and tier 2 for quarterbacks isn't as big as the gap for running backs.
It's really not, because these tier 2 guys will be able to get it done, and some of these tier 2 guys could easily end up in tier 1 after it's all said and done,
and actually has a chance to maybe finish as the number 1 guy in the season. Like
absolutely,
like they have that upside. With that being said, so let's see, Russell Wilson. I mean, to my knowledge, the offensive line is still average at best, and I'm being generous there. Got the ultimate RB2 guy.
Yep.
Wide receiver weapons galore, and I can't wait to get into that next weekend. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get my brother on him, because he been talking reckless a little bit. So that'll be nice. But
let's see. I'm gonna give the slightest of nods to Russell.
To Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott? Dak got weapons, and I'm not trying to sway you, man.
I'm actually leaning towards Dak before you even said that, because it's just like I know what I saw from Dak Prescott before the injury. I know what I know. It's like I know what I saw with that offense in general before the injury. Last year, not this past season, the season before, when he was like when he became part of the top tier, like fantasy quarterbacks. That was his arriving party. Cowboys as a team wasn't the best, but him and his numbers was through the roof. He was through the roof. He was a potential league winner that year.
Well on his way. Well on his way.
He's on the. You know what? Yeah. Hey man, he's the sheriff in town. I'm giving it to Dak.
Okay. So it looks like next we have Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson. Is that how you feel?
No, it would be Dak, Russ, and then Herbert.
That's Dak, Russ, and then Herbert. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. So we're moving right along. So just a quick recap: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, and Justin Herbert rounds out the top 7, which is a very solid group of quarterbacks there.
I can live with that. I don't know. That might cap off a second tier for me. I don't know.
I'm looking at some other names like Tannehill, Aaron Rodgers if he plays. So I think it's still some more names that you might be able to squeeze in tier 1, depending.
Well,
in the tier 2 rather.
Let's keep it going. Let's see what happens.
So I'm gonna throw out those 2 names. Aaron Rodgers or Ryan Tannehill. We gotta get Aaron Rodgers in here by default. I know I didn't want to do it, but we gotta get him in here by default.
Okay, and this is the what if he plays, right?
Yep. And we'll put an asterisk by it. Make a little notation at the bottom. If Aaron Rodgers does play the season.
All right, it'll be Aaron Rodgers over Tannehill.
Okay, so Rodgers over Tannehill right now. All right, Tannehill or Jalen Hurts?
I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts.
Okay, so you got Rodgers, Hurts, Tannehill. All right, let me ask you this one. I'm gonna just jump down a little bit.
Yeah,
Tannehill or Matt Stafford?
You know what? Somebody's not gonna like this answer. I'm gonna take Stafford.
Taking Stafford. All right. So it looks like it's gonna be, well, let's see, Tom Brady or Ryan Tannehill.
Man,
I know. That's tough. Both these guys got weapons.
They do. Now it's like I'm thinking of schematics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we've known Tennessee to be run heavy, but their offensive coordinator is gone. He's the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, so that can change a little bit. Maybe not much, but it could. I mean, Tom Brady was solid last year as a fantasy quarterback.
Very, very solid. He's getting older. You know what I mean? But it just seems like that age is, the Tom Brady is the exception to that age rule. It just seems like, how old is he? 43? He'll be 44 at the start of the season or something like that. Like that is ridiculous. He's basically Grandpa Brady right now. So
it's like watching Brett Favre, but at a different level here when Brett Favre was still playing. I think he was the only one that was a granddaddy that ever played like type deal at the quarterback position.
That's crazy.
So, it's tough because Ryan Tannehill has his floor is definitely higher by far.
For sure, just because of the utilization of his legs. So
by far. I'm giving the slightest to Mr. Brady. And it's no disrespect to Tannehill. It's just that offense is too prolific in the passing game not to.
Okay, understood. So right now it's looking like Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill.
Repeat that one more time.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill. And this is rounding out 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that's basically in like a pretty much 12-team league. These are going to be the QB1.
I see.
Which I actually like the list for the QB1s. So.
Yeah, as far as that top 12 for QB1s, that's perfectly fine. Rodgers, you can.
Not that easy, is it, sir?
Man.
It's like when you're thinking about these, it's like you got all these calculations running through your head. It's like numbers and X's and O's and everything that's going into you making this pick. And you thinking about like the weapons, the coaching, the playing style, the loan. Like it's so many contributing factors to picking one guy over another. So
right. Okay. Yeah. Rodgers will be 8.
Okay. 8 Rod at 8.
And you said Hurts, Stafford, Brady, and Tannehill, right?
Yep. You like that order? You want to mix up a couple?
I'm thinking like I would put Stafford next.
Okay. Stafford at 9.
And then Hurts, and then Brady and Tannehill.
Hurts. Brady.
And I know it's like, with Hurts, people's like, why is Hurts like being projected so high? And you'll see that on other platforms projections as well. So with Jalen Hurts, for one, so with Jalen Hurts, his floor is ridiculously high. His floor has the height of guys in tier 1 that we talked about earlier. It's just more so, I guess the question is, how accurate can he be? Will he actually have a chance to, be the guy? Like, how good of a job can he actually, score touchdowns? Can he complete drives? Can he put together, those good 4-minute drives and a 2-minute, scenario? Can he actually, put up points? So I think he's going to check a lot of those boxes. I really do. Just from what I saw as far as the eye test, the team responded better to him when he actually became the starter as opposed to Carson Wentz. Him and Wentz had the same weapons, but it seemed like, Hurts got the most out of him. Hurts was actually moving the ball downfield. Like he had the same weapons as Wentz when it came down to, backups like Greg Ward and Fulgham and Goddard and I know Boston Scott and stuff like that when Sanders wasn't in there. I know, I get it. It just a lot of unknown guys, but I feel like with Jalen Hurts' running ability to extend plays, to actually have a full off season to get things accomplished, the team didn't draft another quarterback, so I think all that factors into it. And plus, I know he's a gamer. If you follow Jalen Hurts from his collegiate career to this point, you understand what that man's been through as far as adversity. So I feel like he will be a top 10 fantasy quarterback this year. So I have no problem putting him at number 10.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm with you, Jamar. Like you said, this guy has been a proven winner at every level, and he's even switched teams in college, and he won with both the teams that, he's been productive. Now, can he be able to put it together? And again, they do got a subpar group of receivers there, but I feel like him and Dallas Goedert will have a good enough connection. Miles Sanders has been the best that he's been whenever Jalen Hurts is on the center. It seems like those guys play perfectly well off of one another. And you already got the signing of rookie Devontae Smith, who Jalen Hurts is familiar with. So hopefully he'll be able to give them an extra boost inside of that receiving core to elevate Jalen Hurts' game. And like you said, dude, I am completely with you as far as this dude's like ceiling. It is honestly, it's through the roof. Can he be able to put the pieces together? I really think that this will be the year that he should be able to do just that. So, no, I mean, I love that analysis, my guy. All right. So again, quick recap. We got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson at 1 through 4. That is rounding up our tier 1. We have Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, and Rodgers.
Let's get Dak Prescott.
Yep. I'm sorry. And I do not even. Yep. Okay. So Dak Prescott is 5. Russell Wilson is 6. Justin Herbert 7. Aaron Rodgers is 8. Matt Stafford is 9. Jalen Hurts is 10. Tom Brady at 11 and 12. We have Ryan Tannehill. So basically, these guys will be your QB1s in the 1 through 12 team league, which is, 10 and 12 are the most common. So I feel pretty good about these guys being the starter quarterback up on like my team. So I'm liking the list thus far. All right, so it's gonna get a little bit tougher. You ready, man?
Let's do it.
All right, so. Okay, so we're going to try to go ahead and fill in 13, 14, and 15. We'll assess tier 2 in a minute. All so, right. Matt Ryan or Trevor Lawrence? Whew. Matty Ice or Sunshine, man?
I'm going to give the slightest of nods to Mr. Ryan right now.
Okay.
Slightest of nods.
All right. Now I'm about to go ahead and throw a wrench in it, make it a little bit more difficult for you.
Come on, man.
Joey Burrow, Matty Ice.
See, it's like both of them have similar circumstances, as in defense is trash.
Yep.
They're going to be playing from behind a lot.
A whole lot.
Like, it's crazy because I was about to say, like, I know Matt Ryan's a more accurate quarterback or a better quarterback, but then again, through the small sample size I remember from Joe Burrow, he looked like the real deal.
Yes.
Joe Burrow right now has a better array of weapons.
Weapons galore, dude. Oh my gosh.
I feel like Joe Burrow is definitely more mobile. So, with all that being said, I guess I'm gonna be taking Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow over Matt Ryan.
Over Matt Ryan.
Okie dokie. Joey Burrow. Okay, Matt Ryan or Trevor Lawrence?
Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Okay. Matt Ryan or Kirk Cousins?
Matt Ryan.
Trevor Lawrence or Kirk Cousins?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence over Kirk Cousins. Lawrence. Over Cousins. Okay, Kirk Cousins or Baker Mayfield?
All right, so this gets a little dicey right now.
Okay.
All right, so both are kind of in similar situations as well.
Mhm.
Both are in a run-heavy scheme by far. I feel like Baker needs that scheme more than Kirk Cousins. I feel like Baker has more weapons around him, but I feel like Kirk Cousins has better weapons.
Okay.
Baker's more mobile. Cousins, I call him Mr. Empty Calories. I'm going to give the slightest of edges to Kirk Cousins. Reason being, I feel like the Browns are a better team, and they won't be playing from behind as much as the Vikings. So that's my logic there on that one.
Okay.
The slightest of edges to Mr. Cousins.
No, I mean I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Okay, so it looks like by my notes here, it looks like you have Joe Burrow, Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, and Baker Mayfield. Is that correct? I'll say it again for you. Joey Burrow.
Okay.
Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence. How do you feel about those three in that order?
Joe Burrow, you can lock in at number 13.
Okay. Joe Burrow, number 13, locking him in.
Yeah, I said Matty Ice and then Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yep, Matty Ice and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, lock that in.
Okay, and next you have Kirk Cousins over Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Cousins at 16. Baker Mayfield at 17. All right. So let's keep this train chugging. All right. Carson Wentz or Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. As much as I dog Mr. Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No, scratch that. I'm taking Fitzmagic.
My man, and I was really ready to argue with you about that. I surely will. Look, the thing about Ryan Fitzpatrick is if you look at the weapons he has around him, he's a gunslinger. You look at a Logan Thomas. You look at a J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson in the backfield. Both of those guys can be able to utilize the pass. A scary Terry. Like he's been phenomenal, and I think he definitely has top 5 like potential with a gunslinger like Ryan Fitzpatrick, you know, under center. And we got that defense, Jamar, which is arguably top 3 in the league. So they're going to give them more chances to be on the field. So, like, I love the way that their team's set up. I actually have them projected to win about 10 games this season. Yes. And the 17-game season with that defense led by Chase Young and them boys, man, I feel like they are going to be able to get it done and be the best team, well, to compete as the best team in that division. I like them a lot. I like that offense going forward. They got a lot of key guys in a lot of key areas.
No, they do. And also, one of the more underrated pickups in the offseason was Curtis Samuel for them.
Oh, yep, indeed. Yeah. And Curtis Samuel has a relationship with Ron Rivera as well. So I like that. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so with that being said, you're taking Ryan Fitzmagic over Carson Wentz, right?
Correct.
Okay. So Ryan Fitzmagic or Tua Tagovailoa?
The former teammates.
Mm-hmm. Fitzmagic. Okay. Carson Wentz rather, or Tua Tagovailoa?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's like this one's a little difficult because like Tua is the unknown X factor here in that whole Miami Dolphins equation this season. I feel like he's going to be a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how long of a leash they're going to allow him to develop to become one. And I don't know what his progression is going to be from year 1 to year 2. He has weapons. I feel like I know for a fact he has better pass catches than the Colts right now.
By far.
Yeah. I forgot about Will Fuller.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle, and our favorite guy, Devontae Parker there.
Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki has been consistent over the past year. Yep. Definitely got to tip your hat to like the pass catchers on that Miami Dolphins offense, and you have to actually favor them over Indiana's, which really doesn't even have like a true number one receiver up on that team right now.
Bro, it's like I always come to this reference. I know you know it because you watched this movie plenty of times. The Dark Knight. when the Joker broke that pool stick and having tryouts between the three. That's how it feels. And so, you know what? In good faith, I'm gonna actually give them the edge to Tua because, like you said, they don't have a true number one. They over there trying out for it. So,
okay.
So yeah.
All right. So, okay, Tua Tagovailoa. Wait, so who did we just say? Tua and
Wentz.
And Wentz. So you giving the edge to Tua over Wentz? Okay.
Yeah, and not to mention the last time I seen Carson, I mean his TD to interception ratio was almost basically 1-to-1, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to ease them into like the offense. I think they're going to allow. I mean, again, I think they look to be a run-heavy team. Like the defense up on the Colts, like roster is extremely like solid, bro. So, no, I'm with that. I'm with that.
And then just to piggyback off of that, yeah. So defense is solid and it will probably create more chances, but since they are, in a more balanced, like maybe more so run-heavy offense, you won't see Wentz chugging the ball as much as he did. So that production is gonna go down. And then when they get to the red zone, I don't know. I feel like the running backs have a better chance of punching in on the ground than Wentz sometimes. So
okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming since he's a professional quarterback that touchdown interception ratio is going to be a lot different this year.
I mean, that's easier said than done. I do believe that it will be, and I think for sure that Carson Wentz ended up in the best position that he could in this offseason with the Colts, who are a up and coming team. So, yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so it's looking like you got Fitzmagic, Tua, Wentz. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a couple more names out here for you. Danny Dimes or Carson Wentz.
It's crazy because I feel like Danny Dimes has a big upside right now.
He does.
I think his floor is definitely higher right now because he's more likely to run than Wentz. By far, Daniel Dimes has better weapons around him overall by far. And I can't wait to get into the pass catchers next weekend. Yeah, I'm more comfortable with Daniel Dimes as a fantasy quarterback on my team than Carson Wentz right now.
Wow. Dimes. Wentz. Okay. All right. So just to round out this little this little number 5 right here that we're concocting. Carson Wentz or Ben Roethlisberger.
Jeez. That's tough. Because last time I saw your guy,
I know, man.
And I know they drafted a running back. But y'all O-line is still looking
suspect.
Matter of fact, didn't you all release somebody else not too long ago?
Yeah. David DeCastro.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that was a head scratcher, right?
Definitely a head scratcher. That one definitely came out of left field.
I guess the train stops here. I'm gonna have to take Wentz.
Wentz over Big Ben. Okay. So, this is about to get fun. Okay. So let's go ahead and put it up on the board right now.
All right.
Let's see how you feel about it. Ryan Fitzmagic.
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa. Danny Dimes and Carson Wentz. That's how you got it.
I would you can lock in Fitzmagic right there.
Okay, at 18.
I would take Daniel Dimes over Tua right now.
Danny Dimes over Tua, okay.
And then okay, so lock in Magic and Dimes. Keep the rest of the order, but don't lock them in just yet.
Okay, don't lock them in just yet. Okay, so it looks like we have Fitzmagic and Danny Dimes. So let me go ahead and scratch them off. Dimes. So it looks like we got Tua and Wentz now in that order, but we're going to add some more names here. All right, so
there's one guy I'm waiting on you to say.
Okay, let's go ahead and say it. Justin Fields or Carson Wentz?
All right, so mind you. All right, so
can we get him up on like the ticker real quick?
Mr. Fields.
Yeah. Let's get your let's get your guy on the ticker, man.
All right, so I got the Justin Fields jersey. I was wearing it last week.
Shout out to my brother Nate, man.
Yeah, big time. All right, so here's the thing. So with these rankings, this far in the quarterbacks, they're definitely not QB1s by any means right now. And so this is where your super flex leagues come into play, or you start 2 quarterback leagues, because normally in a super flex, more times than not, you're playing another quarterback. That's just what it is. Unless you just got an absolute, like, the 2 studs. Like, somehow you got matter of fact, it would take 3 studs at running back. Somehow you got Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and Dalvin Cook, or something like that. Otherwise, you're playing another quarterback through the super flex. And so in the 2 QB league that we've been doing for a long time now, we're drafting 3 quarterbacks in that league.
Yep.
You're drafting 2 to start, and you're drafting 1 on the bench. And so, with all that being said,
excuse me.
Bless you. And as much of an unknown as Justin Fields is right now, or when he will start type deal, his upside is so high to where I'm okay of having Justin Fields over Carson Wentz right now. Which would mean I'm okay having Justin Fields over Big Ben as well.
So are you okay with having Justin Fields over Tua?
Not right now.
Okay. So is it safe to say that we can lock Tua in at 20?
Nope, because there's another name I'm waiting on you to call that I'm about to jump up.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, and we put him on the ticket here. So Derek Carr, it's crazy because Derek Carr, like the potential for Carr to be a real fantasy like relevant quarterback is high. For whatever reason, I guess the consistency, right? Is that what it is at this point? His floor isn't the highest, but when you got a talent like Henry Ruggs, that's the speed demon, when you got Waller, the freaking baller,
Cooking DBs, cooking them,
cooking
DBs,
linebackers,
cooking everybody.
Yeah, come to Waller's cookout, man. Like my God,
everybody gets served at that cookout.
For real. The Raiders can put up points. You add a Kenyon Drake, who they're going to utilize in the passing game as well. I'm very bullish on Derek Carr. I am. So I'm putting Derek Carr ahead of Tua.
Okay.
And I'm going to just throw this out there. Do not be surprised if Derek Carr somehow, some way finishes in the top 12 by the end of this season. Not saying that it will happen, but I'm just saying don't be surprised if it did.
Okay. Okay, so right now, Jamar, it's looking like Derek Carr, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Fields, and Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Okay. So do you like? So that's the order, and you're okay with that.
All right, repeat that one more time.
One more time. Okay. So you have Derek Carr at 20, Tua at 21, Justin Fields at 22, and Carson Wentz at 23.
Yes.
Okay. Carr. Tua. Justin Fields, who I love, and I swear I hope he starts from week 1. And Carson Wentz. Okay. Okay. All right. So we got 2 more slots to fill in our top 25, Jamar. So I'm gonna go. I know, man. It's been gritty. It's been gritty. So I'm gonna throw out a couple of names. Wait, did we get Danny Dimes in there?
Yeah.
We did not.
Well, you forgot Danny Dimes?
I did forget Danny Dimes. I'm sorry. I crossed his name out. My apologies. So I got Derek Carr, Tua, Fields, and Carson Wentz. Is it Danny Dimes and then Carson Wentz?
No, Dan. Okay, so.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Danny Dimes was at 19. Okay, my bad. That's why I had him crossed out. So we're good there. All right. So, okay, Ben Roethlisberger or Sam Darnold?
You know what? I'm going to give these slightest of edges to Sam Darnold here. And I'm splitting very, very thin hair on that.
All right. Okay. So I'm sorry. Jameis Winston or Sam Darnold? Mr. 30 for 30 here.
Sam Darnold, man.
Sam Darnold. Okay.
It's just because we don't know who's the starting quarterback right now for New Orleans. I don't know if there's going to be a split timeshare at the quarterback position. That's even crazy to think of. I mean, Taysom Hill was the starter when Drew Brees was out last year. That throws things into a monkey wrench.
Right.
Well, it throws a monkey wrench into things, right? But if we ever find out that Jameis Winston is the clear-cut starter, then I feel like his stock definitely goes a lot higher than what it is right now.
No, I'm with you. Because like that guy throws the ball a ton. Again, he may give it up a lot, but it just seems like he can throw for 5,000 yards on any given season if he's healthy, in my opinion. Now, what fashion he gets to those 5,000 yards in is kind of up in the air, but I mean he is a gunslinger. So we got 2 more spots to fill here, Jamar, and it's looking like it's gonna be Sam Darnold, and Jameis Winston at 24 and 25. So with this last question, it'll answer it. Winston over Roethlisberger.
No, I got Roethlisberger.
Okay, so it's looking like Sam Darnold and Big Ben at 25. All right. So I'm gonna quickly give a recap of our list, who we got here, and I feel like it's a pretty solid one. Patrick Mahomes at 1, Josh Allen at 2, Kyler Murray at 3, Lamar Jackson at 4, not forgetting Dak Prescott this time at 5, Russ Cook Wilson at 6, Justin Herbert at 7, Aaron Rodgers with an asterisk at 8, Matthew Stafford at 9, Jalen Hurts with his tremendous upside at 10, Tom Brady at 11, Ryan Tannehill 12, Joey Burrow 13, Matty Ice 14, Trevor Sunshine Lawrence at 15, Kirk Cousins 16, Baker Mayfield 17, Ryan Fitzmagic 18, Danny Dimes 19, Derek Carr 20, Tua Tagovailoa 21, Justin Fields at 22, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later in the season. I think it's gonna be one of those I told you so's, because I feel like with that 4.3 speed and the way how they're talking about this guy in camp, that's one of those players that I've been following like really, really closely. At 22 is Justin Fields, 23 Carson Wentz, 24 Sam Darnold, and 25 my guy, old man Big Ben. So I feel like that's a very, very solid list. I feel like you did well under pressure. Jamar, how do you feel, man, that is over?
Relieved. I'm ready to get out this chamber.
Oh, man. Jamar Goodwin in the Chamber of Secrets right now, ladies and gentlemen. So,
oh, man. Are you Voldemort behind the scenes, man?
A little bit, man. I'm playing both sides as a Death Eater and, Order of the Phoenix. So,
for our Harry Potter fans out there, we love the series. My gosh, that's a solid list.
No. It's a very solid list. Now, the last thing that I want to do with you, Jamar, is go ahead and break these things up into tiers. Okay. So it looks like you had Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson as tier 1, and rightfully so. So the next group of names we have are Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, and Matthew Stafford. Are you okay with that being tier 2, 6 through 9? Or would you like to add a Hurts to tier 2? Or would you like for that where tier 3 starts?
I would cut it off at Brady.
Cut it off at Brady with tier 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So 6 through 11, tier 2. So Ryan Tannehill, Joey Burrow, Matty Ice, Sunshine Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Ryan Fitzmagic. Would you like to make that tier 3 rather? I mean, we could go as far as Danny Dimes or Derek Carr, 12 through 20. We can make that tier 3.
Yeah, I feel comfortable with that.
Okay. And the rest of them are tier 4 guys, which will be Tua, Fields. Man, I still feel like that's low. Tua, Fields, Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, and Big Ben. All right.
The only reason why I have Fields that low, I love Justin Fields. You knew what my reaction was on draft night.
I mean, that's my thing. So it's looking like all these guys who are mobile, they're pretty high. And I'm even going to account Joe Burrow in that mix as being a mobile quarterback.
Yes.
But like his speed rivals like a Kyler Murray, bro. And his electricity rivals a Lamar Jackson. I just feel like that's one of those guys that whenever he does get like the starting 9, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of him. I think he's going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback for some years to come whenever he does take over the helm fully. So,
yeah, he's going to be. Mark my words. You will be drafting this guy probably in the top 10, maybe as early as next season, towards the bottom half of that point. Because the speed that's a killer. Like you can't teach speed.
Can't teach it.
Either you got it or you don't. And this man truly has it. 4.3?
4.3 speed, like legit 4.3 speed.
On top of the fact that he is accurate, he has an accurate deep ball. The fact that he commands the offense, he checks all the boxes. Like
he does.
And the only reason why he's not higher because Andy Dalton is QB1 for the Bears.
Rusty rifle, ladies and gentlemen.
And yet he has no fantasy value right
now. Zero.
And so, yeah, definitely high on Justin Fields.
For sure. All right, man, Jamar, I'm really, happy that you survived the gauntlet. I think you came out unscathed. It looks like maybe you took like a couple of bumps and bruises along the way, but I feel like you did a good job, bro. With this list I'm looking at from top to bottom, I think this is a list that I would pick in probably this same exact order. Some things tend to change when it gets closer toward the season, but in my opinion, from 1 through 25, it's a very solid list, bro.
Indeed. So yeah, next week, wide receivers. I think we're gonna hit the top 30.
Top 30.
Woo! So that's gonna be fun. I don't know. We might have to flip a coin who gets in the gauntlet on that
one. Rightfully so, bro. When we gonna do the coin flip live too, so we're just gonna flip it and see right there up on the spot. So I won't be fully prepared, neither will you. So I think that's best.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. So I guess really quick, man, where can they find us?
Oh man, definitely make sure you guys support us up on all podcasts. And we're basically everywhere where podcasts are available: Apple Pod, Pandora, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and other platforms out there. Destination Fantasy is there.
Matter of fact, if my phone doesn't die, real quick, I'll tell you exactly where we're at. Real quick, because we definitely did some switching around here. So yeah, Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn plus Alexa, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM. We every freaking way.
Everywhere.
Castro, Castbox, Podfriend. Like some of these I never even heard of, but we're there.
I think you ran off like the past 5 to 6 names I never heard of them. You know me, I'm an Apple guy. So that's how I get majority of my podcast through Apple Pod. So basically we are there. And again, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Well, this will be uploaded as well. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that, follow us, you know what I mean? Sub up, if you like the content, what we're giving, give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps our channel to grow and get pushed out there with the rest of the larger channel. So, and again, we appreciate all the support.
Absolutely. And really quick before we go, we are going to have a Destination Fantasy League. I know we had one last year. We're going to have another one this year. Even got a couple of people inquiring about it. So it's coming. We are in July. So definitely it's coming sooner or later on details on that. We just getting our stuff together. I think honestly for the Dynasty League that we about to draft. But honestly, after passing that, once that draft is done, we'll be in full force of filling out the rest of the leagues that we're doing. So definitely be on the lookout of that, and we would definitely share our journey on our Dynasty League because I'm looking forward to that like no other. So yeah, man. Until next time, for my buddy Deshaun and Jamar, peace out. Wide receivers next week. Deuces.